Carlos Rodriguez, who for years worked in the Attorney General's office. We call it Carlos in Your Corner.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Scammers are out there.
Oh, of course they are. We touched upon it a little bit last week, some Mother's Day type scams, but I think this one that you showed me kind of tops them all.
When I was preparing for the show, my blood started to boil because all these stories, it's amazing. I'm just excited to talk about them because they're so bizarre.
Enlighten us.
Here's a fella whose mom...
Pat, you will love this one, by the way.
Yeah, Pat's going to love this.
I
thought of you when I decided to do this one.
This ought to be good.
His mom dies in 2003.
Okay.
So he decides, well, my mom was receiving Social Security. She was 73 when she died. And he decides to dress up like his mom with a wig, gloves,
really?
Red cardigan, the whole 9 yards. Gets a driver's license, goes over to DMV, gets a driver's license with his signature and everything. And then starts collecting her Social Security checks.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he's being prosecuted, I think, in Brooklyn, New York.
What, he got 9 years out of it, though? 9 years of Social Security from
Probably,
2003?
yeah. He's in for big time.
I like the idea, but I think my dad would get creeped out if I dressed like my mom and then went to bed. You know what I mean?
I would get creeped out if you dressed like your mom.
How about he wants to take you to he wants to take you to the Catskills for the weekend. Then what do you...
This guy got away with it for a while.
No.
He got away with it for a while until he got caught.
That is really unbelievable.
And he got caught because he went to the police to complain about someone else all dressed up in his garb, posing as his mother.
Oh my! I just can't believe it. It's hard to get your head around this.
So this guy had to go out shopping for stuff to look like his mom.
Yeah, I probably lived at home.
He's going over to the Fashion Bug and just picking out all kinds of...
Well, he just grabbed her outfits in the house.
The wig store, too. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
When he dressed exactly as his mom would dress, and bank personnel thought it was the mom because they didn't know. He also forges her death certificate, which I thought that's impossible to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
The death certificate is issued by the county.
Yeah, I don't know how they would go about that because I just had to go there the other day, pick up a death certificate, and I mean it's all official. It's got a raised seal on it and everything.
Yeah.
So remember, this happened in New York, and my theory is that stuff always generates somewhere in New York. A lot of times.
You're pessimistic, Carlos.
On scammers, I am.
Okay.
You got to be.
Scammers,
State's the worst.
Julie got an email the other day, and she sent it on to me, and I'm kind of surprised that she didn't see through this because my wife's pretty bright. She says, "What does this mean?" And she sent it to me, and it says that she is eligible to win a $1,000 American Express gift card. And all you got to do is click on this website. And the domain name was mx.com. So she thought, well, maybe this is official. But I said, if you look at our when we pay the bill online, it's americanexpress.com. It's not mx.com. Ooh. I wanted to shake her.
Oh, good one.
But it just goes to show that some people just don't see through these possible scams.
Well, sometimes it's
difficult. They're so legitimate looking.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That it's a classic phishing scam where they'll send you an email that they steal the logos and everything from the legitimate company, send it to you, and then you think it's the real company because there's no way of verifying, and you respond. Especially when it's a gift card or $1,000.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
I'd love to have $1,000 carved off my MX bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. Can you get a virus on your phone? Like when she sent me the link, I was tempted just to hit it to see what came up on my on my smartphone.
Certain phones
you can. Hackers, scammers sometimes send you a bogus email. If you click the link, then that creates some malware or something on your computer. That's one type of scammers that they're out there doing that. The other way is the scammers that just want to fish for your financial information. And what you just described is if you went on the link, they'll ask you for some credit card number, your Amex card probably. Right. And that's a clear beginning of identity theft. The minute you give out your credit card number or social security number, any financial information over the internet to someone that you don't know.
But what does my phone have? That what would be on my phone? Nothing.
You have to have a certain. There are certain kinds of phones that have the ability to accept, but most of them the file sizes for those malware viruses are too large for your phone to accept.
So my iPhone
So as soon as you click on it, your iPhone will likely shut off because something's coming in that it can't process, so it'll just shut right off.
Okay.
But you should have some type of security program in your smartphone that will prevent, certain hacking. Because a lot of folks, if you have your,
it's a lot harder to hack a cell phone than you think.
Here's the address.
It's a lot harder to hack a cell phone than it is to hack a computer.
I'm showing him my iPhone, and that's what she got.
Delete it. The minute question mark when I
don't go touching it now. Don't go.
Okay, I won't. But the minute I bet you any money that they'll be asking for financial information. This is a classic phishing scam, in my view.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And she said, is this okay? Julie wanted to know.
I would say no.
Honey, it is not.
No.
It is not. All right. We have a couple more things we're going to talk about. One that involves one of the big box stores, which is going to be kind of surprising. And a couple more. We have some time to spend with you. Where are you going today?
Fantastic. Wish there was a Yankee game going on.
I know. No Andy Pettit.
No Andy
He's
Pettit.
going to be pitching for the Yankees tomorrow.
I couldn't get a ticket for the game the other day. But
a scam that I see kind of ties in with Mother's Day, and it sort of ties in with the thing Julie had with the free gift card from American Express.
Absolutely. And, everyone has a smartphone. A lot of folks have these phones. And scammers have taken advantage of it. Now, they're sending a text message. And I don't know if you're into texting, but a text message unannounced saying that when you've won a $1,000 Walmart gift card, and this would be great for Mother's Day. You get that, today. You run over to, you respond to the text message, and you think you won $1,000. Well, this is just another phishing scam where they'll ask you to call a number or go into a website, and the website's going to ask you for personal financial information, like a credit card number. Mm-hmm. And you're going to link in, give your credit card number, and all it's only going to do is create identity theft.
Great.
Because you're not going to win anything.
What was the one you were showing me a few minutes ago? And it's about a company that will promise to pay your bills if you give them a link. Imagine this one.
Okay. Yeah, this is a great one. Seniors have been receiving this.
Check this out.
Okay. They received a letter indicating that we'll pay all of your bills, and the government's going to pay all your bills. Okay. And the letter is a fake, from the Social Security Administration. We're going to pay all your bills from your Social Security check as long as you just give us your Social Security number.
Really?
All you have to do is give us your Social Security
They'll consolidate your bills.
Okay.
Yeah. And pay them out
of
your Social Security.
The government's going to pay all your bills. All you have to do is respond to this letter and give us your Social Security number.
Wow.
People are falling for it.
Yeah.
And this is the Better Business Bureau to issue a scam alert. This is really serious business. And it's happening here. I know it.
Unbelievable.
Yes. It's so simple to believe.
It's poor older people. Gosh, they just technology is speeding right by them. They want to think they're hip. They want to think they know how to.
Yep. I'm going to do like my grandkid. I'm going to have a computer and get
but here's
online.
the big picture. Yeah. Like if you're going to go out there, then you got to educate yourself. I think that's the most important thing. You can't just assume. I don't know.
But I think it's an evolution. I think now it's an education. If you're going to jump in right now, it's an education. But 10, 15 years ago, it was just evolving. You got online and you started learning, and then it just evolved into a mess. A scamming mess.
Yeah, it's the trusting issue I see.
Yeah.
Seniors fall prey to a lot, but not only seniors. We're all vulnerable. And the question is, are you going to be proactive? You're going to be vigilant? And I always have this question mark every time I read some of these offers. I never respond to a free offer because I know that there's some catch to it. That's just me.
I was going to ask you, have you ever fallen for one? Has there been a moment you said, "Oh, I can't believe I fell for that one"? You personally?
Personally?
You can tell us.
I can't remember. I'm sure I have.
It wasn't the Nairobi prime minister who had the
those are
$80 million.
Those are the ones where I have all this money for. I want to deposit all this money in your bank account. Just give me the bank account number.
I've replied
to
a couple.
People fall for that.
Well, over the years, I've replied to a couple just out of curiosity, and my question to them is, if this really works huge, let me know. You know, if you, so I can do the same, basically.
There is a
There is one.
Oh, yeah? That you fell for.
Dish Network satellite TV.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this last month's bill, and I always recommend to review your bill. I got a $10 charge for Blockbuster. And it's like, I never ordered Blockbuster service, whatever. And I've been flipping through the channels.
Blockbuster's out of business, aren't they?
No, they're streaming movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, apparently I somewhere I got either an email and I must have hit a yes or something that clicked an agreement. Because I got to make a phone call and I'll follow up. But I'm mad. The last bill I got, I didn't pay that $10.
Well, here's how companies get you when they do that. Okay, they send you an email or some kind of correspondence that says, "We're starting a new service with your plan that offers you, free streaming through Blockbuster. To opt out, do the following."
Right.
If you don't opt out, you get charged when you call the company and say, "Listen, I don't know. We sent you notification. You did not opt out."
What I can't stand is that they give you the free service, you don't know about it, it's somewhere hidden, and then you start getting these monthly charges. I really suggest that if you don't look into your you really review your telephone bill and any other bills that you get, and if you see any weird charges that you don't think you agreed to, that's the time to protest.
But Alex you sound it this week. Well, it's Mother's Day. But you bring up a great point, Alex, because as soon as you say I opt out and you click that box, you are in fact responding.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
You get
but
that?
sometimes these companies don't even accept your opt out. It's really a hassle to cancel.
Protect themselves legally, companies that do that, because I used to work for Verizon Wireless, and companies that do those kinds of services have to give you the option. Not everybody reads the email or responds, and that's how they get away with it legally, because they say, on March 3rd, I sent you correspondence, you did not do anything. And in the email, it will say, if you do not opt out, you'll be charged for the service. So that's how they get away with it. So in that case, it's not so much a scam because it's legal, but it's still scamming the customer because they send you one email, they send you one postcard saying that you're getting this service. Nobody reads that stuff.
In fact,
that's how they get away with it.
There was an attempt to get legislation in New York to have an opt-in statute. I think Eliot Spitzer tried to get that passed, but the legislature didn't agree with him. Whereas if they're going to offer you a service, you have to agree to get the service instead of this free service.
Yeah.
And you get it for 30 days, and then in order to cancel it, you got to opt out.
Right, I agree with that.
Yeah,
my head is spinning. I don't know whether I'm opting in, I don't know, opting out. I'm just, it's seriously. It's just,
right now, it's opt out.
If you're concerned about getting messages like the ones he's talking about with the free Walmart gift cards, they usually come from short codes. It won't be a full phone number. It'll be like a 7-digit short code. You can call your service provider and ask them to block all premium messaging, and that means that no messages can come through your phone through those short codes. That's one way to protect yourself.
Alex in your corner.
Wow.
You should do the opt out. You should put your cell phone number on the opt out. Do not call.
Register your cell phone on the do not call registry so you can't be solicited, and definitely block premium text messaging from your phone.
So do that for me, will you?
Okay,
That's great. Yeah.
Maybe Siri. Hey Siri, can you do that? Yeah.
Hey Siri, block. She'll be like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know
Social
what that
Security numbers are. Guard your Social Security number with your life. Really, you're probably carrying. Pat's probably carrying his in your wallet.
No, I lost mine years ago.
You lost yours?
Oh yeah, probably 20 years ago. I can't find it anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't carry mine around. I was told once, I think it might have been you, said don't ever carry your Social Security
You don't need
card.
it.
It's in my safe deposit box. I mean,
Excellent.
who do you have to show it to?
It's in your brain, right?
And and I still have my parents' numbers memorized for some silly reason. I mean, their accounts are empty.
Yeah, I did that. I because my parents are senior. I asked my mom and dad to give me their Social Security numbers because you never know if you need it.
And
I'm not going to scam them, but
but it's crossed your mind. Yeah, no, I never, and I always get offended when sites ask for my Social Security number. I don't mind. I'll say it ends in, and I'll give them the last 4 digits, and you take it or leave it because that's all I'm giving you.
Yeah, it depends. I'm very skeptical of why they need the Social Security number, especially banks. Banks have all that info. So if a bank asks you, we need to verify any of your personal information, and you have a business relationship with that bank, no way.
Should Pat get a new Social Security card?
Good question.
I think you should.
just have it replaced or whatever, just for safety?
Yeah, you're going to need it.
He probably wants two numbers, so you can.
Well, I can tell you that in the cell phone world, when you get a cell phone through your service provider and you call them to make changes on your account, they use that as identification verification unless you opt to change that verification to a password. So instead of me, when you would call, I would say, can I please have the last 4 of your social? Because that's automatically, per Verizon standards, the password that verifies that's you I'm speaking with. We can't see your whole social security number. We can only see the last 4 digits. If that makes you uncomfortable, and a lot of people were, you just say, okay, we don't have to ask. You can put a password on it.
Right. No, and the thing with the social security numbers is that most the banks, again, have all that information. So you shouldn't give it out. But remember, if you're making the call as the consumer to the place, then you got to expect that they're going to want some verification before they talk to you.
I'm just going to buy a wig when we leave here.
Buying a wig.
Are you? And the gloves?
Yeah, and the gloves.
And the cardigan.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
You need a Social Security card.
Time to go back to ESPN Radio. We'll check in on the NBA, NHL playoffs. Don't forget Nighthawks tonight, 7 o'clock in Toronto as the playoffs continue. And we'll be back next weekend. Have a great Mother's Day, guys.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Thanks.
Whether it's your mom, your wife, whatever.
I get sent on my cards.
Absolutely. E-cards, right? Yeah. All right. Next week, Property Source Radio. We'll be here. Hope you'll be with us at Sports Radio 950 ESPN. Have a